So what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? Welcome back to my channel. I know y'all see the thumbnail. We're going to talk about the best lens to me, hands down. Like, I'm not talking about a 24 to 70, which is a very versatile lens. I'm not even talking about an 70 to 200, which is clutch when you're trying to get those far away, sneaky, candid shots, for weddings and things like that. I'm not even going to hold y'all. Today I want to talk about the classic Nifty 50, the Nifty 50 lens, man. This particular millimeter range is whether you're talking about Canon, Sony, Nikon, it doesn't even matter. The Nifty 50, man, this is the type of lens that no content creator, filmmaker, photographer should ever not have in a kit. Like, I don't care how many lenses you got, how much money you paid for your other lenses. These little, depending on which ecosystem you shoot with Canon. Canon is the cheapest to my knowledge. I think, yeah, Canon is the cheapest. Sony run you about 200 and change. I shoot with Sony, and I shoot with Canons as well, 100 and change. You could get them used too on Marketplace and stuff like that. You take a chance, but you can get them used. But yeah, man, this lens right here is so clutch, man. And I'm gonna tell you a few reasons why this lens is so clutch. The number one reason why this lens is so clutch is because, hands down, the price point. The price point. Like, if you're a beginner videographer, photographer, YouTuber, whatever it is you're doing, and you're wondering, like, how could I break into getting that cinematic bokeh look that the kit lens just can't give me, or you're struggling to get with the kit lens, the first lens you want to grab, man, is the Nifty 50. I don't care if you're shooting on a full frame. I don't care if you're shooting on a crop sensor. Everyone should have a Nifty 50 in their kit. And all of the real ones know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, typically they're made of plastic. They don't have a weather seal mount on the back of them. This one is metal. Some of them are plastic. I shoot with Sony. This is a Sony one. This is metal. Some of them are plastic. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, they made of plastic. I wouldn't want to be dropping them all over the place, but I wouldn't want to drop my G Master either. So on that note, don't drop your lens, basically. But you just can't, even though they're made of plastic, I can attest, mine has been pretty durable. Like, I haven't dropped it, but I've knocked it around. There was times and I usually baby my equipment, but having it so long, it goes through its paces of being knocked around for a period of time. And these lenses, man, they stand the test of time. Like, I can't stress enough how valuable these things are in a clutch. In a clutch, man, if you just have to have that 50 millimeter look, because for some people they'll say 50 millimeter is boring. That focal length is boring. Generally speaking, 50 millimeter is a popular focal length because it's what our eyes as humans see. That's the focal length our eyes see. On a crop sensor camera, they make these for crop and they make them for full frame. I've always bought the full frame version and I used them on my crop. So of course you get that crop. Like on my FX30, I've used the full frame version of this, and I get a crop, obviously. But then they make a crop sensor version, and that one is image stabilization, has OSS in it. The one that comes full frame don't have that. But in most cases, like my FX30 has IBIS anyway, so I'm not really worried about that. But yeah, man, you could get them in different versions. You can get them for crop sensor and full frame. The thing about these lenses is that the price point, if you're a beginner photographer, videographer, if you're a beginner and you're trying to like spread your budget, you're trying to get the most out of the money you have with little you have, you're trying to get the most out of your money. This is the way to go, man. This is after the kit lens. This is the way to go. Always cover your bases with this one. Like, I know you want to go get a G Master. I know you want to go get the the 24 to 70, 2.8, Canon or Sony or whatever it is you want to go buy, the 24 to 70 classic, hands down workhorse lens, in terms of that. But right now, I'm saying this is the best lens for the most part because of the price point and the focal length. You're not losing this based on the space you have. If you could move back a little, you could get a 35 out of this. If you could move closer, you're going to get a 72 out of this. Now, or 70. Now, if you're shooting this on a crop, so you got to do your math, it's 1.5. So you're looking at somewhere around 75 millimeters on a crop. If you're putting this on a 70, if you're putting this on a FX30, you're putting this on a 6700 Sony, you're putting this on, I used to put it on my classic T3i, my T2i back in the days, and my headshots was crazy, ridiculous. My headshots was everything. The bokeh that comes off of these things, even on a Rebel T2i, was ridiculous, hands down. For the price point. Remember the price point. So while I'm talking about this lens, remember the price point. Yes, you can get f1.4, f1.2, and get a creamier bokeh, but you're going to pay. If you're just starting out, even if you're not just starting out, and you need that 50, and you want to just grab something quick to get your point across, this is the way to go. If you're doing a crop sensor, it's going to give you 75. So just do your math. It's not going to give you 50 like if you're on a full frame body. So if you got the space to move back, if you're shooting on a crop sensor, you could get your 50. You could get closer to a 50. I'm not sure how much space you have, but you could get closer to a 50. So basically, this is not the lens that you buy if you want to be, and I know I'm going to get some kickback for this, but to be lazy. Not to say people that use 24 to 70s and stuff are lazy. They just using it because they need that range and they need the opportunity to be able to do that on the fly without moving back or moving forward, because some situations don't allow you to do that, just so you know. But if you do have the ability to do that, then you want to go and you got one of these, you're safe, because you could change the focal length based on the distance you move in and out of. I got mine back in the days from B&H. I got another one, actually this one from Amazon. So I'll leave the link in the description below so you guys could go check it out. I went out on a shoot a couple of days ago, and before I got to the shoot, I stopped in at a coffee shop, and I had my gimbal with me. And that's another thing. This thing is sweet on a gimbal, but let's stay on the topic. So I stopped in a coffee shop. I don't drink coffee. I got me a hot chocolate or whatever. And I had my gimbal with me. I had my A7R4, my A7R4 with me, because I was going to do primarily some photos. And I had it on the gimbal, and I had this with me. And I was in the coffee shop, and I was like, you know what? Let me just get some shots, some random shots. It took me every bit of 5 minutes, literally every bit of 5 minutes. And I had this lens, the A7R4, on a I think it was the DJI RC2, the Ronin RC2. So it's a pretty light setup. And I'll show you all the video at the end of this. It's a 20-second little clip I shot, 20-second thing I shot, random shots I took. It's pretty cool. I'll show y'all what it looks like at the end of this. I'll run it for y'all. It's 20 seconds, so it ain't long. But yeah, man, you can't beat this. Go check this out if you haven't. If you have one, kudos to you. Chime in below. Let me know how you use yours, how good yours have been to you. And if you don't have one, go get one. Check the link in the description and go get one. You won't be disappointed. Like I said, it's not weather sealed. It's not a G Master lens, but it is a must-have in your kit. Trust me when I tell you, you won't regret it. Once again, if you like this type of content from my channel, please hit that like, that subscribe, hit the chime button so you know when I'm dropping a new one. Let the algorithm know you like this type of content so they can push more of it to you. And I will be bringing you guys some more accessory videos that I use, as well as like how I use them and some of the projects I use them on. Either way, man, before I get to rambling, I love y'all. Stay safe. Continue to move in the vibration of love. And as always, man, thanks for y'all subscribing to my channel. Thanks for the watches, the comments. I appreciate all that. I would be who I am without you, but I wouldn't be where I am without you. So I just want to make that clear that I appreciate you guys, and you guys could be any place else, but you checking on my channel. So I appreciate that. Salute to you. To the next one, y'all. Peace. I love y'all, man. I'm out.